So are we really separated from God by a veil? Hey guys, John here in Akron, Ohio, drinking my lovely coffee in the morning. Marcy, that little was just for you. I wanted to hop on and answer this question because I think it's a good question, and we talk about the veil frequently. And this person had a great question. If God and I are one, God is within me and I am in God, where does the veil come in? How can I be separated from God by a veil? I get it that if I feel fear, I am out of alignment with God, but I'm confused about the veil. Thanks, John. Big love. Hi. Well, big love. Thank you, Lynn. Big love back to you as well. The veil. What is the veil? The veil is a definition that came out in a couple different religions. St. Paul talked about the veil. Sufism talks about God being on one side of a veil and we're on the other side of the veil, and the life is a struggle against the veil, and the veil is our fear. But what is the veil? Are we truly separate? What's interesting about a veil, right? When you think about what a veil is, you cover your face, you obscure the view. What the veil is not a separation. It's a lesser awareness. It's obscuring the view. Fear is just the illusion that we're separate. That's all fear really is. It's the illusion that we're separate. But why do we have it? Why do we have that veil, that fear? Fear is the veil. You know, Sufi said, life is struggling against the veil, and the veil is our fear, right? So fear is the veil. Well, we have that fear for one very specific reason, because the pure essence of God, the pure love. Now, I have been blessed to have crossed over 3 separate times. And words are imperfect. There is no way to describe what I experienced over there. The purity of love, the purity of that experience is indescribable with the words that we have here in the physical world, because it's so much more. When we come here and we experience our illusion of separation, which is fear, we come to get a baseline. We come to get an understanding of what it feels like not to have it. One of the greatest analogies I've heard about this is from my friend Kim Carey on Intuitive View. I was talking to her in one of my interviews with her, and she said it's like, imagine living in a pure white world. And the table was white, and the chair was white, and you're white, and the walls are white. Everything's a pure white. Could you know what white was without seeing another color? And if you could totally have a color that was complete opposite, dark, black, right? Then you have a better understanding of what white really looks like, right? So we can't know or experience the oneness of God without coming to understand our fears and anxieties. And that is why we come here. We come here to experience that separation, to experience that veil, that illusion of separation. But we're never separate. And you know how you can prove you're never separate? Exhale. At the bottom of an exhale, your pain goes away, your fear goes away, your suffering goes away, your stresses about the world go away. At the bottom of an exhale. Just be in that space, right? In that exhale, we go back to the source for a brief second, right? And the more we come to the space of realizing we can just simply let go of our fears, the more spiritual experiences you have, the greater spiritual experiences you have, the less fear you have. The Buddha said the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. So if he's right, exhaling is the way to do it, because exhaling, something that you have the power to do in every moment of your life, actively, consciously exhaling. We store fear in our bodies by storing air in our bodies. Every mother in the world who ever saw their kids smack their head on the table, before that table, almost smacked their head on the table, the mother went and gasped for air because she was afraid and she was filling her lungs up, so she had a reserve to run fast. That's the primal reaction to fear in our bodies. When you exhale, you release it. When you are fully laughing at something amazingly funny and you're laughing and it's so wonderful and you're laughing, you're joyfully exhaling. There's no pain in a laugh. There's no suffering in a laugh. There's no stress in a laugh. You're laughing. That's touching God. It's touching the source. So you're never separate. The veil is just a tool to experience what that good side feels like. Because if we never felt the lack of that, or the illusion of the lack of that, we could never, ever experience it fully. Because you have to have the baseline to measure against. So the veil is just a part of our own experiencing God. And when people cross over with their near-death experiences, they experience their life from the perspective of them and everyone they interacted with and the emotions of all of them. So they're crossing back over and they're experiencing their relationships to love through fears and anxieties of themselves and anyone they interact with. So if they hurt somebody, they're experiencing that. If they loved someone, they're experiencing that. They're experiencing the whole gamut and all the facets of love through the spectrum of the illusion of its lack, which is fear. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that answers your question. You're never separate. It's just a lesser awareness that God is always there. Because right there at the bottom of the breath, you experience it, which means God and you are one. And also remember that everything you're looking at in the world is nothing but an atomic energy event in motion. And that atomic energy event in motion is creating an illusion of the world around you. So your fears will create those illusions too. Negative people see negative things because that's what they believe. Positive people see positive things because that's what they believe. The world is a reflection of the belief, and the more fearful you are, the further away you are from experiencing that joyful love. And the more joyful you are, the less fear you'll ever have. And so don't think of it as I'm stuck behind a veil. Think of it more like a fog machine. You're standing in a room that's made of pure white. Right beside you is a fog machine, and you can crank that all the way up and not see that pure white, or you can crank it all the way down and see that pure, loving white room. But you have to remember, you're the one with your hand on the knob. And that's my thought about this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.